Pottery shelf. All right. Green on. Hello everybody. First I gotta tell you guys, I've never had like lower back, like right above your tailbone pain before. It is the most gruesome feeling ever. Last night when I was going to sleep, I wanted to go to sleep at 1, right? All of a sudden, like, I lay down, I can't sleep all the way up until 3. And then I was like trying to sleep. Finally went to sleep. Kept waking up in like 30 to 40 minute intervals throughout the whole entire night. And like every time I'd fall asleep, I felt like a day would go by. So it felt like I lived like a whole entire week last night. It was literally crazy. So I'm still recovering from, I don't even know, I feel like I just slept like really weird one night, and it just really messed up my lower spine. And so I'm in some mentality needed position, right? But anyway, good morning, chili dogs. What you focus on grows. Feed them horses. Alright. Green off. Camera C. So we'll get into it here. I'm gonna turn this off. Go over here. Already got a clay chunk wedged up here. I'm gonna switch this around. A little bit of water out of here. Again, my back is killing me. That's okay. Somebody says hello. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'll turn this up just a little bit. Hello, how you doing? A bunch of highs. That's great. Alrighty. First thing we're gonna do is always get some water right on here. Jimmy says hello from India. Hello. Ah, thanks. I appreciate it. Really talented? Ah, not talent, you know. Just discipline towards ceramics, you know. All right, here we go. Camera B, or no, camera A. Camera A. There we go. Camera B. Alright. Somebody asked how long I've been making. I've been throwing for maybe more than, like seriously throwing for maybe 4.5 years, you know? And I'm making trees. Somebody asked that. Somebody said, please say hi, oh you cool. I don't know how to spell that or say it really. Okay, but here we go. Go one more on the bottom here. Have I ever eaten clay? That's the second time in a row somebody's asked if I've eaten clay. Yeah, I've eaten clay before. I used to do these pots where like you know, it'd be kind of, whoa. Hold on. I used to make these pots where I'd like bite on the clay, right? Like bite off the top edge of it because I wanted it to seem like somebody would eat. Alright, there we go. So sometimes if that ever happens, you guys are so funny. Sometimes I literally you guys I can't stand it, yo. But sometimes if the clay right? You don't have like little chunks of clay in your bat pins. The clay can kind of flop off, right? And so it's usually you're yanking too far up on the clay. But right to the bottom. Yo, you guys. I swear to God, YouTube is so hilarious, yeah. Alright. I feel like I just gotta stop doing that stuff. But I'm not going to. Because I can't let the comments get inside my brain, yo. Alright. Right there. Alright, camera C. Camera C. Thumb's right in this middle, you gotta check. See if there's any rabbits in there. No rabbits, okay. You gotta make sure the tadpoles aren't drying out on the inside of the pond. Slowly cut across this bottom edge here. Bring this out to the rim. It's okay, I don't mind. Alright, so open that up. Alright, get ready. You gotta get your llama right here. So camera B. Camera B. So you got your llama, he's coming right down here, he's gonna bite right on that rim. And you know what llamas love, guys? Llamas love volcanoes. Is there different emojis? Can you guys make volcano emojis? I've never actually seen what it's like to be a viewer on YouTube. I don't know what emojis you guys have access to. I'm making a tree, so I make trees every single day. So I'll show you guys here in a second. Alright, camera A. Camera A. Alright. All the best and strong mentality. Oh, you guys can make volcanoes. That's so lit. Alright, so you guys can do volcanoes. That's actually so lit that you guys can do that. Hold on, I gotta do one thing quick. It's just whenever I play, I don't have my stream properly set up. So whenever I play a video like that, I have to turn it off manually, or else when I switch cameras, it's just not gonna work anymore. But here we are. We're gonna collar this in. Right up to the top. Yeah, so I filled rooms, right? Like that's just one of the bedrooms, right? My whole dining room and living room I totally filled up, and then you can see all this stuff too, even the stuff on the shelves. How are those trees? Well, I don't know, I just think they kind of look like trees. You can just call them forms if you want, but I'll show you. But always just grab this little bump and you just take that right up the side edge there. This clay is really soft, and so you can only get so much height before it doesn't want to listen to you no more, right? Alright. Camera B. Alright. So you guys can spam ruined in the chat after I do this. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right up to this top edge here. You ready? Add some water right on this rim. And slowly allow that to twist down, right? You can pop that out. And I don't want to pop that out too much, right? Because it's soft clay, so it's going to collapse more. And so there you have one of the trees, right? It's so interesting. There's been like so many people who've had birthdays recently. Ah, thanks. I appreciate it. Can you make a name sign out of clay? I don't really know what that means. What do you mean a name sign? Like, I think I just don't know what a name sign is. Like something like you'd put on your front door for your family or something? Just make a name? What do you mean? What's a name, guys? I really don't understand what a name is. Alright. So I'm looking at this, it's a little bit basic, right? So I want to do something with the tendrils. So here I'm going to cut some tendrils, right? A lot of people will call this stuff on the bottom, the stuff that's gets cut off. It's extra weight down there, right? But I'm not trimming these, so I throw the bottom abnormally thin, so I don't add extra weight. So then I can account for this stuff, and I can use these as a way to create potential, right? It's no longer something that gets trimmed off. It's something that gets reintroduced into the pot as a sculptural element, right? So you can see I kind of twist these up the side here. Right up the side. There we go. Alright. Bump that in, 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 bump that in. Right down to the bottom edge here. Where's my sponge? Yeah, I don't just, right now I'm just making the trees every day for a year. I'm almost at a whole year. I only have maybe like 1.5 more months, but here's number one, guys. All right, camera C. Camera C. So I have like 1 more month until I finish that. So I'm just not gonna make too much other things until I finish. So I probably won't be making letters out of clay on the wheel. Bro doesn't know what a name is. You guys are so funny. I'm nameless. You know that one episode from SpongeBob where it's like SpongeBob's like, or Squidward says, forget everything but fine dining and cleaning or whatever, or fine dining and cooking, and they're like, what's his name? What's his name? That's kind of how I feel, you know. All right. Alright. Just shape letters of your name and put them together? Why does everybody want names? I don't understand. I throw on the wheel, guys. I remember that episode when he went to create Squidward a restaurant. Yeah. Alright, right down to the bottom. Pull this up. Alright, camera A. Camera A. Alright, again, right down. And the key with this, right, is that it's going to wobble on that top, right? But as long as you maintain consistent speed, it's going to be okay. And you can bend this down over to one side, and you can bring that down. Wherever it starts to get a little bit wobbly, just lower that right hand down, and you can center that clay. How many trees have I done so far this stream? I've just done, I've done one so far. So there's just one, so I'll show you. Wedging table. There we go. So there's that one that I made. Alright. Right up. And then you're going to grab your hammer fist. Hammer fist comes right down on the top there. Alright. Wheel. Wheel. There we go. Camera C. Alright, so here we are. We're gonna open up this center here. Have some water on the inside. Open this up right here. Right? Always want to cut through it almost like it's butter, right, guys? That's kind of the thing. Voice activation camera goes hard. I appreciate that. That's so funny. Can you make animals like bears? You know, I did a whole series of horses. I was making these little ceramic horses for like a chess set. So I was throwing those off the wheel. It was pretty cool. I actually want to do those again one day. And I also did some dragons for a while. So I was doing dragons for a little bit. But again, you're going to bring this in like a little volcano. I was a little bit too thin, I think, on this middle part. So that's probably a problem. That's going to be a problem there. All right, well, anyway, camera B. Camera B. Alright, so here we are. Knuckle right underneath here. Slowly bringing this knuckle. I have my finger on the inside on the other side of this. I'm just making sure I'm holding my finger right there, pushing up against the finger on the outside, just a little bit, right? Keep that tension. All about keeping that tension. As soon as you lose that tension and you kind of lit up and you let one finger push without the other finger being there, it's gonna get off center, right? Do you have a video of the chess set you made? Somewhere I have like a video of me showing off all the pieces for the chess set, and then I did I taught a class where I was teaching my class how to make chess pieces, right, out of ceramic. And so I have a whole video on all the ones that we all made. It was pretty fun, but that's probably maybe sometime in right after December, end of December maybe, right? Yeah, volcanoes. Yo, you know the volcanoes in the chat. So funny. Can you make an animal after that tree? Again, I'm just gonna I have to make my 3 trees every day, and then it's like for a large scale project, right? And so like I'm just gonna be doing my trees today. So after, you know, maybe sometime after July I'll do some other things on stream, but I still have work tonight, so I gotta stream, I gotta finish these pots, and then I gotta edit them, I gotta post, and then I gotta go to work. So I don't have too much time to make other stuff right now. Alright, so that's how I get my cylinders. You can see how the volcano is so important, because that's the thing that you're gonna set it up as, right? You start with that volcano, you slowly bring that base in. That's the problem for a lot of people, right? Is that somebody said that biz work? What does that even mean? I don't know. What was I gonna say about the volcano? Yeah, a lot of people will have too much clay on the top, and then they'll try to make their bottoms very narrow, but it's all about making it wide first and then slowly bringing that base each pole, right? That's really how I get that height. No, this isn't my work. I don't sell any of my pots. I just make them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Money is an incentive for you to do something, right? And so you really know you are disciplined about something when you don't make any money from it and you continue to do it, right? And so that's kind of my perspective on my pottery stuff. You know, one day I will sell my stuff, but right now, no, I just need to make sure I'm disciplined enough to keep doing it every day. That's kind of the whole project for this year, you know. I think I've posted like 16,000 videos in a year already. Yeah, post a lot. Like every 2 hours I post one of the clips from one of these streams, right? I have it scheduled. So it's a hobby? No. Somebody said assalamu alaikum. Hello, how you doing? It's not really a hobby. It's more of like a lifestyle, right? Like when I go upstairs, like I'm literally tripping over my pots. You know, all my cupboards are full of pots, right? And so it's not really like a hobby, right? I think a hobby is like video games. I really enjoy video games, but I don't have time because I'm too busy doing my ceramic stuff, right? We're gonna just twist that on center a little bit more. Starting to get a little bit wobbly there. The trees look like spaceships on fire. Yeah, I could see that. Someone said I like to eat clay. Yeah, that's fine. You can eat clay. It depends on what's in it though, right? So don't just go eating any clay, but people do that. Bring this in. Bring this in. Bring this in. Bring this in. Bring that in. So we got some petals on the bottom here. It's a little bit wacky. That's okay. Somebody asked, how's my day? Oh, just so brutal. So I woke up this morning and I have like my lower back is just absolutely killing me. So that was kind of unfortunate. Camera C. And then, I have some of my students, it's like the last class before the end of the semester, right? And so I had to go into one of the places that I work today and like load some kilns just so I can get everybody back their stuff. So, I mean, that's always kind of irritating. I don't get paid for me just going in on those days. So it's kind of a little bit of a time sink. But it's important that I do that, I think it's good that my students get their stuff back. Push that in the middle. Alright, right down to the bottom. You should get VR like Quest 2 or 3. It's fun. It's a workout. Yeah, I see that you have Gorilla Tag as your thing, so I assume that you play Gorilla Tag too. Maybe that's true, maybe not. Yeah, I'm gonna bring this up. Okay, one more time. I had an idea about making a, well, I'm not gonna talk about it or else it's not gonna happen, so. Alright, I gotta go back up from the bottom here. There we go. I show it a little bit slower. Ah, thank you, Marcus. That was nice of you. Alright. Camera B. Hammer fist is coming right down on top. And the whole key with this to get it centered is you keep this elbow kind of locked in right on your hip, alright? And you're slowly going to be pulling this fist right along that thumb. And so you're pulling any off-centered clay out and around, and it comes back and it hits this hand, and that's what's going to hit it right on center. Oh, thanks. I always get clay in my hair. My goal, I feel like, part of being a human is kind of fun. It's like you get to see what your genetics result in, right? And so I think it's important for me to just grow my hair out as long as I can so I know what my genetics sort of gave me. So that's why I'm growing my hair out. I want to get like 2 giant like Willie Nelson braids down the side of my head here. I think it'd be really fun to have that sort of stuff, right? Then I have to like throw them over my shoulder when I sit down on the wheel. I think it'd be lit. You really want to learn how to do this? The best way to learn is to just start doing it, You can start by taking like a pottery class, but I will say a lot of pottery places, they're cash grabs, right? Like a lot of like teachers that you'll meet really don't know what they're doing. And so what will happen is you're kind of spending a lot of money to learn from people who might not actually know what the heck they're doing, but just saying they just might have a little bit more knowledge than you, so then it looks like they know what they're doing, right? So I think that's like your biggest problem that you're going to face when you're trying to get into it, is you have to find someone who's like really actually like good at the thing, right? Alright, so again, I'm going to go right to the bottom edge here. I think pottery became kind of trendy, especially because of like COVID times, right? And so then a lot of, I guess, like rich people like found like a niche thing that they can start making like little pottery studios and like art center stuff, and then they can capitalize on people wanting to take the classes and then upcharge everything, and then give you a teacher who just knows a little bit more than you, and then not pay them well, right? And so that's kind of like the vibe, right? Alright, we're right at the bottom. I feel like that's why I want to do the videos too, is that maybe that's why I like live streaming. So if you ever have questions on any of your throwing stuff, you can just come here and ask me, and hopefully I can show you visually, right, from different camera angles too, right? No. Somebody wants me to say Riz, so there you go. You guys are so funny. Somebody said make a cup. Well, right now I'm only making trees. Like, are you trying to make cups and you're struggling with something on a cup? Like, if you let me know, I can tell you about it. So I want this to twist lower so you can see how I'm stretching that clay out more on that bottom. So then when I twist it up, it's going to twist on the top still, but hopefully it twists a little bit on that bottom because it's thinner. All right. I need to hurry up and make sure because it's getting thin so it might collapse. I think knowing how to teach is more important than being good at something. Good teachers are rare. If you're a good teacher, I'm grateful for. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm not, I'm still working on my teaching stuff, right? I think for me right now, like the best way I think for me to teach someone is I sit right across from them, like right here, and I'm facing towards, like if I was one of the students, I'm just like a little goblin, you know? And like I try to like mimic and feel like what they're doing to the clay because I feel like I'm very in tune with how the clay is moving. So I can tell them, oh wait, hold on, like that hand's, it's moving a little bit too fast, right? Oh, I feel you're not pushing enough on this finger on the clay because you're losing the bump on the bottom, right? And so I think that like that sort of knowledge of me practicing every day, it really allows me to have the material, like I can listen to it a little bit more, right? Or I can pick up on some of the nuances of it, and so that way I can help some of my students find something a little bit better, you know, or a better process of making maybe. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna grab our wire tool here, and we're cutting across. And I think we're gonna do a double tendril on this one, okay? There's one. There's two. Okay. So I'm gonna bring this up and around. And so the key with these tendrils is you don't want to force them too much. I've always thought in clay, the more and more you touch it, the more and more opportunity arises for things to go wrong, right? So this is with anything, like with handles or any sort of thing like that. I always say the less you touch it, the better it's going to turn out. Again, right here on this bottom edge. I kind of like the way this looks. Okay, right down to the bottom. Alright, here we go. Taking some of that off. And I really like the way that so you can see how the tendrils, they really start to function more as appendages, right? And I think that's like one of the keys with a lot of these forms, is they're all opportunities for when things become a little bit unique or they start to tread into new territory, you allow them and you sort of react to it and allow it to express that sort of voice that's within that clay, right? I've always thought, like, I don't want to be the type of person to measure each chunk out or anything. I always want to just be able to, you know, feel what the clay is allowing me to do. And as soon as I get like a little bit of a whiff of what it wants, then I kind of just go with that, right? And so I start to learn more of these, camera C. I start to learn more about these like little nuances of my body functioning like a, I got so much water over here. So my pots, or my wheel is leaking right now. You can see all this. I hate when it gets right over here to the wheel. It's just leaking right from here, I think. Set that sponge there. We just gotta make sure we move these so then the bottoms don't dissolve. Okay. Alright. Somebody said what clay pot I am using. I always use stoneware. Stoneware is for earthbenders. Porcelain is for waterbenders. You know, like you kind of like having like your hands, like the clay like flow through your hands, and then pick up porcelain. If you like to demand something from your objects, then pick stoneware. Sometimes when it's a little bit stiff too, it feels like you're sculpting. Okay. Alright, camera A. Pottery shelf. Alright, I'm gonna turn a little bit of this light on. Green on. Oof. There's only so much you can do when you got a headset on. Alright, here we're gonna make our way over here. The thing I like most about this pot is I think it's using those double tendrils really nice, and the treetop is going pretty wide. You can see how much wider it is than some of the other ones. For example, this one, the treetop is a little bit more rounded, and I decided to go for the petals on the bottom here. And I think the petals kind of do a totally different thing than what the tendrils do. I think it allows them to be a little bit more floral and kind of takes it away from that tree energy. Anyway, we're going up to the top here. And on the top here, we got something, a little collapse, right? But I always thought when the collapse happens, it looks really cool because all of a sudden you can start to see what's underneath of those tendrils kind of twisting. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. All the best, strong mentality, and goated 3. So fast, I must look like a jelly. My wrist, so I bought a rich and Billy. There's no going back. You've changed things forever. And why do you want to kill me? I don't want to kill you. What would I do without you? No, you were complete me. Give me one more chance, I'll fight. Let me put you in the side. I ain't got no time for you. I ain't shit, I live a life. I don't want to be a bicycle guy. I fly so high, you can see me. I just want to live a life on high alert. If I fucking feel it, then I fucking bird. If you try to fuck with me, I'll fucking put you in the dirt. Hit the gas, bitch, about like a bitch. Give me bird. How you talking to me? Oh shit, I'm the kids, better run for the shit. Big bitches, big girls, we gon' put away. Gangs lot of weight, cause you know how we slip. On me, I'm just fucking in green. Keep cushion, I be hitting the way. All we, I be laughing at me. All we, I be laughing at me. Ain't nothing even topping what I'm talking about. We be mobbing in the street with the killer now. And this shit don't even dropping, they be popping a smile. I'm a pussy fucking bitch up. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Do you know any potters who stream? There's a guy named Simon Leach, who's the grandson of Bernard Leach, the famous potter that traveled around with Shoji Hamada. I think he streams every once in a while. I'm sure there's a lot more out there that like are not in English, you know. I'm sure there's some potters maybe in like I know India's pottery scene is pretty hype. The Korean pottery scene too. But I think probably some people also stream on other platforms other than YouTube. But as far as YouTube goes, I feel like there's not a whole lot of people who stream pottery on there. So if you're looking to get into it, that'd be kind of cool. What's that mean? Waterbender? Like from Avatar The Last Airbender. And is there a lot of grog in your stoneware or not so much? I like it. I like the grog, to be honest. When I can feel it kind of scratching against my hand, like I feel like it really is holds the pieces together. So that's something I do kind of like about it. This one looks like it's about to fall. Hey, chill out, bro. Do you sell your pots? Nope, never sell my stuff. Only time I do that is like if I have a collector who wants to come to my studio and they like see my work somewhere. I've done a couple of those, but that's only because they showed such appreciation that they wanted to come and meet me. So like I thought it was kind of I owed them, you know, a pot for coming out and looking at my stuff. Somebody says something in a language I don't understand, but I'm gonna assume it's a nice comment, so thank you. But alright, y'all, I'm gonna start heading off here. I gotta start editing this stuff before work. Alright, computer? Computer? I'll see you guys around.